Okay, cool. So happy Sunday. There have been a lot of conversations happening. Me with all of you guys in group chats and the Emerald chat, etc., about hitting Success Club. And August, just so you guys know, like August was a really tough month for everybody in the network. It's literally not just you, not just me, not just our team, like the entire team. And I feel like you guys hopefully felt a little better when you saw like Jamie's Success Club report and stuff from last month, because it was just like harder. This was a hard month. Everyone was back to school, vacation, Thanksgiving. People were just busy and didn't exactly have time to focus on them. So with that being said, that month is over. September is here. It's a new month. People are ready to commit. They're getting back their time where they didn't have their kids, where they had their kids home. Now they have time to spend on themselves. So we're going to talk about how to hit Success Club without stress, which is a huge topic. So I was on this call called the Best of the Best call, which I shared. I'm so thankful we got this recording. I shared it in our team page, and you'll see it. I shared it yesterday. And the gal, I'm blanking on her name right now, Christina Delgado, she hosted one of Jamie's calls too. But anyway, she's been a coach for 11 years. She was a corporate lawyer. And then she retired herself, and her sister's a coach. Obviously, her and her husband do this full time. She lives in Florida. And she talked a lot about Success Club on Friday during this call. So anybody who's a 1-star diamond or above is invited to this call. And it happens every single Friday. And every Friday there's a different host. And so basically the person comes on, and then you just ask questions in the chat, and then she answers them. So it's really cool because people ask like, how do you get your new coaches started? Like what's a checklist you send them? Like how do you hit Success Club? What kind of chat pods do you run? And so it's really cool because she just like kind of fires off. So anyway, so in that call, that's really what was this inspiration for this call, coupled with the conversations that I was having with a lot of you guys one-on-one this week. Saying, with the notion that hitting Success Club is hard right now. So let's break it down. I'm going to show you how I hit Success Club every single month. And I'm a Success Club All-Star Legend, which means I've hit Success Club 10 for now. It's over like 16 months in a row. So like clearly like something's working, and I want to share that with you. So let's do this. Okay, so number one, let me have a sip of tequila first. That's priority. Number one, be a product of the product. Okay. I know you guys know this. I know you guys already do this, but it's just a great reminder. I know we have some new coaches on our team. Be a product of the product. How obsessed are you with feeling good, right? Like how obsessed are you with Shakeology? How obsessed are you with the workouts? How excited are you to wake up and go press play, and then like on your lunch break go look at Autumn's stories, right? Like are you like so obsessed with this that you can't help it, right? Like are you feeling that good about this and about your journey every single day? Yeah, like I don't know if you guys have, Carmen's been sick, but her stories are always, Carmen, you want like her, oh yeah, she's on. Her stories are always so excited. Like she's excited to live this lifestyle, right? And to be a part of this. And that energy is what people are attracted to. Do you love this? Right? Has this changed you? Those are the feelings that that I hope that you have, and that you should be exuding on your stories, because it's totally changed you, right? Like that's why you're here. Like, hello, Kathleen, down 75 pounds since last August. Like, okay, right? Like, obviously it works. So that's number one. Number two, what personal development are you reading? Okay, like, and are you sharing it every single day? That is probably the easiest thing to share in your stories. That is easier than sharing workouts. Why? Because it's less vulnerable. It is the easiest thing to share in stories. You know what? Even if you don't, even if you're listening to Audible, like I know Lindsay and Noletta love Audible. Cool. So you don't need to share the book like I do every day. That might not be practical for you. Screenshot your Audible, upload it to your stories, and then think of something that was said in that, and literally write it down like in your stories and share a quote. Like that's sharing every day and that's adding value. I'm not even kidding you. I've probably sent the 100 Days to Brave book to 15 people. It gets a huge conversation starter, huge. So share that every single day. And you know what? People want to see that. They like want to see the devotional every day. They want to see what I'm reading every day. It's inspiring to them. So that's just like an easy no-brainer. So don't forget to do that. So invite people you know to join you from the beginning. So a lot of times I think that's really hard because right when you're at first, when you're a brand new coach, you don't have the cold market. You just have your warm market, right? Invite those people. And you actually don't need to have results because you're so much more relatable when people want to do this with you. Okay, here's a 5 million examples on this call, and I know you all know them. Carmen and I went on my stories. Hey, would anyone like to do this with me? Carmen said, yes, I'd like to do this with you. Perfect, there you go. We started together. Never had we had results like this. Never had we done anything like this before, right? And like off we went. So, so the point is, oh yeah, Erica has lots of comments from PD. It's so good. Like you don't need to have a 6-pack abs in order to invite people to join you. You literally just have to have the excitement that you want to try something new. So take that excitement and to a new program, right? Like I know we're doing 645 right now, but like the live workouts, what an amazing opportunity. Hey, like, do you always love going to the gym and doing different classes? Like you can do that now with me at home. Like, do you want to pick a class to do together this week? Like, here's the schedule. What do you want to do? Body pump or yoga? You know, like invite people to do it with you. Like that's what this is really, truly about. Yeah, and this is what I love. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but you're here every day because you care, right? Like that is the golden truth. Like we care so much about ourselves, like becoming the best versions of ourselves and helping others that we show up every day. Carmen on her stories today said that last night she had lemon bars and brownies, but guess what? There she was, energized in the morning, and she said consistency is key, and she did her workout, right? Like Kayla, case in point, went on vacation last week. She said, wow, I actually felt horrible coming back from vacation. I ate all the things, but then she's like, I didn't have ice cream a couple nights when everyone else did. That was a win. But like, she's relatable, right? Like she's showing up every day and sharing that, but also sharing that she's not perfect because nobody's perfect, right? I'm drinking tequila right now on our call, right? Like, hello, you know? So then we're going to talk about this in depth, but how do you invite people you don't know? So once your warm market is tapped out, and I got to tell you guys, especially if you're new to our team, I was involved in 2 other MLMs before this, and I was told, write a list of 10 people that you know and go message them right now. Well, that to me was really scary, and I actually already did that previously and burnt out all my warm market connections. So like, you don't have to do that to be successful. I have just seen that in this realm, what happens, and I'm like an atypical case, but like what mostly happens is you start doing this, you invite people to join you before, during, after, whatever, a program, and it's most likely people you know, like the people join you your warm market first. And I totally think that getting to Emerald, which is just 2 coaches under you with your warm market, is like amazingly important and so easy, quote unquote. So just not overthinking it, I think is really, really huge. Okay, so Emily Favre is she's been in top 5 like multiple years in a row. If you don't follow her, she's really interesting to follow. She's a military gal, military wife. And I don't know who says this quote, but she says this every single time. I swear every time we go to her stories or whatever, she always says, if you kind of sort of try, you'll kind of sort of get results. And I wanted to like mention that this is so true for your own physical, personal, emotional journey, right? Like your journey, like what you check off on your tracker every day, your workout, your Shakeology. If you kind of sort of do it, you kind of sort of get results, right? But if you commit to your plan, your nutrition plan, if you commit to your containers, if you commit to your Shakeology every day, if you commit to your workout, then you're going to get results. It's the same thing with coaching. If you commit to inviting, if you commit to the tracker, if you commit to doing the things, you're going to get results, right? It's just a plain and simple truth. So I wrote, AKA consistency is a secret to this business. Okay, so now you guys were like, I'm literally going to walk you through exactly how to connect with people, because I know this is really hard. And I know that it's not like just so easy, or it doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. Okay, number one, stop overthinking this. Lindsay and I had a one-on-one this morning, and we spent a lot of time talking about this. And I feel like actually this might have been a detriment, my fault, because I feel like I told you guys, find your specific people. Okay, yes, but like I'm signing up 45-year-old women who have teenage kids who are like 50 pounds overweight. That's not like my personal ideal coach client, because that's not me. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to help them. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to connect with them. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to invite them. So just because it's not like another Lauren in a different state, doesn't mean that I'm not going to engage with them or invite them. So stop overthinking it. Literally at the top of your head right now. Okay. Don't write it in the chat. You don't have to, or you could, but just like literally think about who is your favorite person to follow on Instagram right now. And that could change, right? Like for me, Danny Austin, and I love Five Mary's Farms. I used to be obsessed with Paleo MG, but not so much anymore. Like literally, like think about that. Like who is your person? Like quick, who's your person, right? That person, go to their account. Because if you want to spend time on their account, then other people that are like-minded with you are going to want to spend time on their account. You know, like it's just a no-brainer. So go to their account, go to the latest photo that they posted. And if you don't want to go through like 4,000 people, which I can be intimidating, go to the comments, right? Like, are there 72 comments? Perfect. Like that is your audience right there. Start there. 72 people, go through those people. Now, don't follow those people, okay? If there's somebody there and you're engaging with someone that, okay, let's say I just found Erica there. Let's just say, for example, I went to my Danny Austin thing. She commented on her latest post. Erica Greenfield right there. I click her name. I go, I'm like, oh my gosh, so cute. Has 2 kids. This is like perfect, right? So I message or I comment, oh my God, your kid's so cute. Oh, happy birthday to your youngest. Like, oh my God, looks like you had a great weekend in Atlanta. She has a story up. I go see her story. Oh, happy wedding anniversary. Done. Okay. Like I'm showing her love. I am being social. Social media. If you're not being social, Instagram is never going to send anybody to your page. Okay. I do that with 72 people. Maybe you do that with 10, right? Like don't be crazy, but like that's the point, right? Boom, 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 boom. How many of those are you doing? Just because somebody might be like, for example, my person is not necessarily in college. I'm like, nah, not my person, right? Sometimes I might, engage with them, maybe not. I would almost rather engage with an older person, but like, you never know, right? So like, yeah, I'll give them some love. I'll respond to their story, cute, heart, whatever, move on, right? Fast. I'm on 30 seconds on these profiles. I am banging it out. Why? Those people are then coming to my page. Holy shit, Carmen did that with 50 today and she had 11 minutes messages in her inbox. It works, right? Like go fast on the connections. And then if you find someone, you're like, if I found Erica and I was like, holy shit, it's my person, right? Then I'm going to save her. Okay. So this is the last thing here, when to save collections. That's when you save to collections. If I find my Erica, then I'm going to save her. And your collection you can do it by month. You can just say you can just say connections. You can say customer prospects, whatever you want to name in your folder. It doesn't matter. Just create a folder, and everyone that you come across that is like really your person, save them. Because then you're going to start to build that relationship. But like if I came across, again, like the college kid, probably not going to engage with her. Not really my person, but I still showed her love. Maybe she'll come back. Maybe she'll be in my stories, and then maybe I'll invite her. But like, I'm not going to necessarily like spend a lot of time building a relationship with her, right? So this is my point. If that college kid comes to my stories tomorrow because I engaged with her today, she's going to get an invite. So tomorrow morning, the first thing I do is swipe up on my stories. That's where I start. I swipe up on my stories and I scroll through. This is called weeding through my stories. Who's new? Oh shit, there's the college girl. Okay, I'm gonna invite her. Hey, Cece, thanks so much for being on my stories. I have a new fitness group starting. Would you be interested in joining? Boom, invite done. Number 1, 14 to go, right? So, and that's the thing too, like if Erica came to my stories tomorrow, I might recognize her and might be like, oh my God, this is the girl with 2 kids, you know? And I might be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you on my stories. Like, I saw your page yesterday. Like, I'm so glad to connect with you. So glad you're here, right? It's like, I might not like straight up invite her. And also if there's a random person on my stories that I don't remember or whatever, I'll probably just say, hey, like, my name's Lauren, like, nice to meet you. Thanks for being on my stories. I run a boot camp. Would you be interested? Like, I'm going to straight up invite you. Unless you're kind of my person, then I'm gonna like be like, oh my God, how old are your kids? They're so cute. So like there's a difference there, right? Like I feel like I might not have explained that that's what I do before, but that's what I do. Erica says, if you're sharing a presentation, all I'm seeing is your background. Are you serious? Oh, I'm sharing a nice presentation. Are you doing, does anyone else, is it you guys see the presentation? Okay, let me see, hold on. I'm like dying though, actually, if that's the case. Thanks for saying. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I'm glad you said something. Wow, okay, so, okay, let's go back. Look how pretty I made this for you. Oh, I'm gonna make you restart, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Anyway, this is my pretty presentation I made. Okay, yeah, stop overthinking. Okay, here we go. So now how to connect with people. Okay, this is what I was talking about. So when to follow. Like I am not necessarily going to follow. Okay, I'm not going to follow the college person. We know that. I might follow Erica, but I might just put her in a collection, right? So like if Erica and I start a conversation and I'm like, oh shit, this really is my person, like 2 kids, like, you know, young kids, whatever, like same stage of life as me, whatever, then, and we have a conversation and we're like engaging and like we're having fun and we're talking about our baby's teething, like then I'm gonna follow her because she's followed me at that point, and then I'm like, oh, okay, like she actually wants to follow me and like we're gonna become friends. So then I'm gonna follow her. Okay. So this is how you get people to your feed. Your posts and your reels. Your stories are never, you guys listening? Your stories will not get people to your feed. It's not the stories that get people in. People don't, you don't search a story. You search a hashtag, you see something on reels. Instagram knows what you're searching, so then they send reels your way that are in that realm, right? Don't you notice how now your reels are kind of like your what you want to see, right? They're not like random stuff. So posts, reels, IGTVs, that's really the only way to get eyes on your stuff. So like that's why the tracker says do a post every day. I'm a little bit guilty of that. First one to admit it. But like that's literally why, right? Because that's when you get stories, or that's when you get people to your feed. Your stories are where people are going to get to know you. And that's where you're going to have your conversations, right? So don't forget that, right? And so anytime somebody likes your photo, anytime somebody likes your reel, that is an instant invite. They came to you, they're on your page, right? Especially with reels. Reels are so much easier than posts right now. They're on your page, they get an invite, especially if you didn't connect with them first, if they're just there. Like I have a reel going viral right now. It has 130 some odd views. It's like 1,100 likes. Who wants to bet that I've gone through every single one of those likes, right? I'm not liking like the weird people and the guys, but like so I go to that, my feed, go to that reels, click the likes, and every single person is getting an invite, unless it's an Erica. If it's an Erica and she has kids, I'm connecting. If it's some random person, all I see is her face and her profile picture, and she's private, I go up to the top, click the 3 buttons on the right. Yes, you can send somebody a message if they're private. And I say, hey, Erica, whatever, or hey, whatever, she's not Erica. Thank you so much for liking for liking my reel, haha, Cocomelon isn't the best. Do you have kids too? Or like, this is what I do. Because if I can't see if they have kids, like, I don't know. If she has kids in her profile picture, I'm like, hey, oh my God, thanks for liking my Cocomelon reel. Like, I see you have 2 kids. Like, obviously you can relate, like, LOL, right? Like, just engaging with her. But I'm like inviting anybody that I don't know if they have kids or not. I'm straight up saying, my name's Lauren. I have a 1-year-old. I'm in California. This is what I do. Would you be interested? Okay. So yeah, this is my quote. You post content, people like it, you engage with those people, right? Like that's the cycle of how I work my business every single day. And the stories. You go out in the world, you engage with people, you comment, you like, you be social with them. And that's why I'm saying like, that's when it's important to be specific about who you're engaging with, right? Like you're not going to engage with a guy. You're not going to engage with some weird account. Just, you're like-minded people, and then it'll come back to you and they'll come back to your page. Once they're on your page, then you invite them or connect with them depending on who they are. Okay, you guys, this is the big secret of all secrets. Okay. If I'm talking to Erica and I literally have been talking for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. Okay, like I'm serious. It doesn't have to, and my point is, there's no timeline. This is on you. When does it feel good to invite them? If you're having a great combo with her, then this is not awkward. Erica and I are talking every single day. I don't care if she says yes or no. She's my friend now. We have kids. We're talking about teething babies. We're sharing recipes for broccoli tots that I could make my kids because she made her kids them. We're talking about our mother-in-laws giving our kids ice cream and how we want to pull their hair out. Like we're friends now, right? I don't care if she says yes or no, but this is what I'm saying. Oh, hey, I'm getting ready for my group tomorrow. Do you have any interest in joining? I wasn't sure. Oh, by the way, how'd your baby sleep? How, not the baby, but like, I'll literally say the name. Like I'm talking to this girl, her name is Jessica. She lives in San Diego and she's a nurse. And I've literally been talking to her for 2 years, never invited her, but she's watching every single step of the way, right? And it's like, I'm just her friend. And so I say, hey, how did Evie do last night, right? Like how did Evelyn do? Like that's like, we just talk. It's the same thing. Like I would just ask Erica, oh my God, how did Levi do last night? I don't care what she says because we're building that relationship and that friendship. So that's when the invite comes. And that could be a week. A lot of times it is a week. Like I found this girl on Reels last week. Her husband randomly is a football player for the Rams in LA. And so like they've been like apart. Anyway, she has 2 kids. Found her on Reels. I was like, holy shit, your Reels is so cute. Like your kids are adorable. I'm so happy I found your account. Is what I said to her. She's like, oh my God, you're so sweet. Da, da, da. And then she like went to LA to go visit him last weekend. I was like, have the best time. I'm thinking about you. Like, I hope you have the most amazing trip with your husband. And then she got back messaging. Oh, and then Friday, I was like, hey, like, I have no idea if you'd be interested. Like, do you want to join my boot camp? Like, no worries if you don't, just wanted to see. She's like, no, I'm not interested. Okay, cool. Today, message her back. Hey, how'd the girls do today? Right? So that's what this is like. That's how I'm getting to Success Club. That's why I'm a Success Club All-Star legend because I'm doing this system every single day and actually being social. Okay, that's all I have. So let's talk. What sounds good? What is, Erica says, it's like they start to trust you more when they say no and you keep coming back to connect. Yeah, because like I don't care about their outcome. Like it doesn't matter to me. I want to be their friend and we're engaging. And eventually, you guys, literally, eventually they'll join. That's the thing that I forgot to say. At some point, that like this girl, Jessica, I actually feel bad that she's not going to join sooner, because I feel bad that she's missing out on this opportunity and especially the income. Like it hurts. I'm like, oh, this sucks. Because like I want you to join yesterday, right? Okay. By the way, shout out Brandy and Lauren are new to our team. Welcome, ladies. I'm so proud of you. Happy that you're here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so what questions, let's like open it up. Who has questions? Who needs help? Like, let's just get down to it. Kathleen, are you talking? Oh, I was like, oh shit, I can't hear you.
I'm talking to myself. That's what happens in the first few weeks of the school year.
Okay, I feel that. Kayla, do you want to talk about your girl who signed up yesterday, who you've been talking to forever? How did that conversation go?
Sure. So she is actually from North Carolina, and I have pestered her, not pestered her, let me rephrase that. We like made a good connection, and so I continuously just like told her about every single boot camp, and I do mean every single one of them. And even like when we had the discount code, she was like, it's too much money, like it's not the right time. Literally at the end of August, she told me no to the $10 off because it was too much right now. And then I posted one of my workouts, and she literally just responded to it and was like, I think I'm ready to do this now. And so I was like, oh, so now you want to do it. But obviously, you never know. You really just have to keep asking. Even if you feel like you're being annoying, sometimes like they need you to be annoying. And I told her, she was like very hesitant kind of about joining with me and like even just trying coaching. And I was like, so remember how many times you told me no? It's okay. Like if people tell you no, they just tell you no. No harm, no foul. But think of how many times you told me no, or not right now, or maybe later. She did a free group. She watched one of our like coaching things. I mean, we have done it all. It's been at least 6 months that I have been chatting with her.
Okay, I am so glad you said that, because this is what I've seen over and over and over again. And I know sometimes people, like other coaches I've been on calls where other coaches say, if they don't respond like 5 times, I'm over it. And I'm like, okay, that kind of like kills me, because there's so many people that I've signed up because I keep coming back and they're like, oh my God, you remembered. Like I will scroll back in my conversation and I'll be like, okay, she had knee surgery, and then I'm like, hey, like how's your knee? How are you feeling? Like you guys, like when I'm connecting with these people, like even if I haven't talked to them for a month, I will literally go back, and I'm not spending like 10 minutes in our conversation, but I will ask them specifically about something happening with them. And I can't tell you how many times they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you remembered. I'm like, yeah, dude, just scroll up, but like, it's like still like that I took the time to do that because I care. Like these people are on my page, right? Like do you know how many accounts there are out there? Like the fact that they chose to spend their time with me, like that's huge, 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 huge. Does anybody need help finding an account to then like find your people? Like Lauren, you're set, girlfriend, hairstylist, boom. I feel like I'm not saying it's easy, but I feel like you have such a niche. Like even if you just did Kansas City hairstylists and like those were your people and all the people liking those photos, like the venue you went to, she did 3 weddings this weekend and like now she's here, clap for you, amazing. And 2 kids and works at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, literally last night I was in bed and she's like working out. Shit, I'm like 2 hours behind her. I'm in bed, she's working out. You're amazing. So my point is go to that wedding venue, in Instagram, and go through the people that like the photos in the venue. Go through all the brides, right? Go through all the bridesmaids. Like that's your niche. Oh my God, I was just there doing a wedding this weekend. It was so fun. Like when were you in the wedding? When did you go? Like, how's it been with COVID? Like what, like blah, like dig in deep with that, because that's a whole niche. Those are your people. Especially if they have kids.
I agree.
Yeah, so awesome. I mean, like having a niche is what it's all about. And that's how you find your people. Like Lauren's going to be here on the call in like a year and she's going to have like, 50 people and they're all going to be hairstylists.
Probably.
Like but it's good to have that. It's like, that's like Kathleen and, Helen and Anne and Carmen are all teachers, right? Like, or in the school world, right? So like that's their niche, and teachers attract teachers and nurses. Nurses and teachers are great people to have on your team.
Hey, I was just thinking about something.
Yeah.
So like, obviously we're talking about going back and inviting people multiple times. And it just reminded me that like when I was thinking about coaching, it was like every time I looked at your stories, because I was scared to come and say something, right? So every time your stories came up and you talked about coaching, I was looking for a call to action, because that was simple, right? That was like not hard for me to be like, yes.
Right.
Yes, right. So like that just like reminds me too that when I'm talking to people, they're not going to come to me to go, oh, saw you had that boot camp. They're probably not going to come say that. They're waiting for you to say, hey, I know 3 months ago you said you were so busy, but I know the kids are back in school. Is now the time? They're just not going to come to you. They want you to want them. They want you to make it easier for them. So yeah, think of it that way too. When you're like, oh, I've invited them 42 times. I'm like, well, things change and they're not going to come to you. They want you to like reel them in.
That's such a good point. Oh my God. Yes. Everything about that is so true. Yeah. It's really interesting actually, because it's like, I can't tell you, and follow-up Friday is like my big thing. Like I prefer to not sit in my office on Fridays and just like sit on the couch or whatever and literally just like scroll back and follow up. And I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but like I'll just go back for like 4 months and just go back through conversations. And honestly, that's where my Success Club points come from. If people, well, no, my Success Club, yes and no. My Success Club points come from because if anybody says, yes, I'd like more info, even if I send info and they're like, not for me, then I write them down. If they say yes at all in the conversation, I'd love more info, send me more info. Sure. I'd like to see like, how much does it cost? Anything that's a yes, I write their name down in my planner. And then I literally go back like the last couple days of the month or the first of the month. And those are where my Success Club points are from. Like this was August. All these people said yes to me in August, right? And you know what? Every single one of these girls are going to join us. And that's freaking so cool, right? It's just, it might not be right now. It might be next month. It might be in 6 months. It might be in 5 years, but it's okay because I'm still going to be here in 5 years, right? I'll be the top coach at that point. So it's all good, but like these people are going to join. So it's like, it's okay that they say no, and I have them written down. If they said yes, they get written down. You can just start a piece of paper, start an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you, but just write it down, because then you'll have those people to go back to. And that is where my Success Club comes from. So this entire system, I hope this was like helpful to see like my process of how it all works on a daily basis. And Kathleen and I had a one-on-one this week, and we were talking about, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, you guys, so we can go, but habit stacking. Okay. So like literally, when are you going to do this? Right? Because you could see how you could literally be on your phone all day long and continue doing this, or you could just be like overwhelmed with it and be like, and not do it. Right? So when are you actually going to sit down and do this? And like I said, the connecting is bing, bang, boom. It does not require a lot of time, but you have to do it every single day, because then you're never going to find your connection people like Erica to put in your collections. You're never going to find those people if you don't actually start doing that. So that's the first step. And so with Kathleen, I was suggesting, okay, like when you make your energize and you sit down to like let that kick in, a lot of people will read their personal development during that time. What if you did 10 connections every time you took a sip of energize? So there's like a trigger. Like I'm reading this book right now called Atomic Habits. And that's what he's saying. Like if you actually want to get something into a routine and make a habit, then you have to habit stack. So it's not like, Monday at 6, I'll do it. No. Like every time you make your energize that after your first sip, it's like something you were already doing. Then you do 10 connections. And then it's like, okay, before bed, maybe like whatever it is for you, like what are you already doing where then you can build in connecting and inviting? Because that's the only, like I talked to a lot of you guys this week about like how much money you want to make this month. And there were a couple people who said they want to pay for the product and then plus X amount of dollars. Okay, the only way you're going to do that, the only way is if you connect and invite. Like, I don't care if you don't do anything else on the tracker. That is the only way that's going to make your business grow. And the only way you're going to get paid. So just like leaving that there. But of course, the whole thing's amazing. You should do the tracker every day. And if you need a tracker, let me know. I can send you like a different one if you don't like the one that is provided. Okay, any last questions, comments, concerns? Let you go have your wonderful Sunday evening.
When you do your stories, do you ever, because I feel like here lately, every time I try to invite someone, they're like, yeah, I want to do your boot camp. And then as soon as I go in with a conversation about signing up, they like disappear. So when you do your stories, do you explain it in a way? Because I thought about posting this, but then I thought, no, I better not. But I thought about posting like, it's only this much for the whole year.
Oh yeah.
You
So
know?
a lot of time, a lot of coaches will break it down. I think, does anyone know? I don't do math. It's like $10 a month or something for this.
Yeah, I
online
thought
thing,
about
right? So-
posting something like that because like I have so many clients that do like Orange Theory and it's so expensive each month. And I'm like, this is so much cheaper.
So what you could say is number one, oh my gosh, my boot camp's starting. And by the way, the dates for boot camp are literally arbitrary. You could, if no one's at Success Club right now, freaking push the date out till next Monday. Like who cares? Nobody knows, right?
Mhm.
Like a boot camp starts next Monday. Who wants to join? We have 7 days to get you signed up. Did you know it's only $10 a month? Like for the entire online workout program. And then you get 30 days of live classes for free. Like what? What a good value. It's like, say it like that. Oh, Sherry Ennis breaks it down. I didn't know that. Smart. Yeah, break it down, girl. It doesn't matter. Trial and error.
Okay.
This is how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's how I took it. Like, and that's how I explained it to Frank too, with him being an accountant. I'm like, this is for the whole year.
Yeah,
So
I know. And that's a lot of the times I get, well, let me talk to my husband about it. And the husband's like,
Mhm.
oh, we just bought you a Peloton or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is killing me now. I can't. Oh yeah, so they pushed back the Body launch. So Body is Beachbody On Demand Interactive, and that's at the bottom of the app. So if you have Nutrition Plus, then you get Body, which are the live classes. They pushed it back to mid-October, but they're still launching the bike on the 21st. The bike is like $1,300. It's like $1,400 if you want to get the weights and the mat. I'm saving up for Christmas. That's my plan. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more information on that. So I'll share that when it all comes out. Okay. Any other last comments, questions, anything? I'm here for you guys.
I had a question. How much success have you had with like doing lives on Instagram?
So first of all, lives, I did a live 2 days ago. They used to stay live for 24 hours in your circle, in your story feed, you know, and now it doesn't do that, which really makes me irritated. Number one. Number two, yesterday I saved it as an IGTV, never freaking uploaded. So recently lives have not been my jam, but I still do them because it shows random people and it boosts new potential engagement. So I think it's important. And I would honestly say, don't be so, like, I literally was like, shit, Austin's probably gonna come in from lunch. I'm holding my baby. I'm a mess. I don't care. I'm gonna go live just to boost, right? Just to see. So I would just do it when you're just like literally like doing your hair. Like, I'm not kidding. And like, just talk, right? And just like Like, okay, just doing my hair, like, let me tell me my boot camp, like, whatever. Like literally, like that's how I would do a live right now. You have people get to know you. Like,
Because that's kind of what I've run into is like, so,
Yeah.
a story really needs to be quick, but like post workout, was like, oh man, I should either do an IGTV, but like, it would be so nice to like do it live. And if that was a seamless, like, oh, now we have the video where I could go post it wherever I wanted to post it.
See, normally it does. I was very shocked that it didn't yesterday or Friday, whenever that was. But yeah, do it. Try it. And
Because go ahead.
there's so many times where like after your workout, you're like in your feels,
Yeah, well, that's where I was. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not a story. This is not a reel.
Right.
It's like somewhere in between, which guys, by the way, if you don't believe in reels, I posted a reel this afternoon. It got me 5 new followers.
Yay.
So they work. Like I would say in the past month, I've really focused on like putting reels out there, and it's all about teaching. Like a lot of it is not even about like my workouts. They see that in my stories if they really want to see that.
Exactly, because you niche down. That's that my Coco Melon reel is going out. I'm like, are you kidding me? Literally. Okay, whatever.
I'll let my nephew watch that. We have to deal with Blippi as it is. So
I don't even know what that is. I'm like so behind.
you don't want to know.
Okay. Okay, that's a great point. Reels are where it's at. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Nothing. You guys are amazing. I know you're all going to hit Success Club this month because you're here, you're showing up, you want it. By the way, Brandy and Lauren Success Club is helping 3 people per month. That's it. It's literally just 3. And the reason why we hit Success Club is because then you get points to go on that cool trip every year. And there's a whole breakdown if you go to trainings in the back office and you learn about compensation in Success Club. Basically, it's like this really cool chart. If you help 3 people, okay, you make $150. Then 3 people reorder the next month, and you still help 3 people, so make $150 on the new 3 people for the next month, plus their reorders here. Then second month, you help 3 people, but then you have the first 3 people, the second 3 people, so you have 6 people reordering plus your new 3 people, and then you make this much. So it's really cool if you are a visual learner and you want to learn about the compensation plan, go to trainings and then Success Club, and it's all right there, and it's like really awesome to like see it broken down like that. But that also means like you're providing value and understanding why you're drinking Shakeology or why you're drinking Energize and Recover, and like sharing that every day so that people want to do that too and want to do what you're doing and get results like you. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I will share this in the team page. Thanks guys for being on. Happy Sunday. Oh, wait. I always forget Boomerang. Okay, I almost forgot. Okay, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay, talk to you guys later. Have a great week.